The Nikol A-2 was a small, amphibious aircraft designed and built in Poland in the 1930s. Only one was completed before World War II. The Nikol A-2 had a very long gestation time. Its designer, Jerzy Nikol, started work on it in May 1929, shortly after his graduation from Warsaw Technical University, but the first flight was made almost 10 years later on March 4, 1939. In 1934, the Polish Navy, with an interest in a catapult-launched amphibian for a new warship, contacted Nikol. By the end of 1935, when tunnel tests had been completed and design calculations approved, construction of the prototype began in 1936 in the Morskie Dian Lotniczy factory at Buckdop. The all-wood, two-seat amphibian had a shoulder-mounted cantilever wing built around two spars. Tapered in plan, the wing was plywood-covered forward of the rear spar, forming watertight compartments to keep the aircraft afloat after severe hull damage. Behind the rear spar, the wing was fabric-covered. The A-2 had a wooden fuselage with plywood skin, a single-step planing bottom and flat sides. It was internally divided by bulkheads into watertight compartments. There was a store for mooring gear in the nose, and its two crew, provided with dual controls, were seated side by side ahead of the wing leading edge under a removable, hinged, framed cover. Behind them, a 89 kilowatts, 120 HP, de Havilland Gypsy Major 4-cylinder, inverted air-cooled inline engine was mounted in pusher configuration high over the wing on inward-leaning end-form struts, its low-diameter, three-bladed propeller clearing the wing. The main fuel tankage was in the fuselage, with a reserve tank in the wing center section. The compartment under the trailing edge of the wing contained a luggage store, accessed by a watertight hatch. Its ply-covered tailplane, mounted above the fuselage on a short pylon, was in-flight adjustable. Twin ply-covered, ground-adjustable fins were externally braced to it. Both elevator and rudders were balanced in fabric-covered. The A-2's landing gear was fitted with brakes and retracted into the wings. Its first flight was made on March 4, 1939, and many test flights followed which confirmed good air and water handling, suggesting that the A-2 had a future with both naval and civil operators. But because of the German invasion of Poland in September 1939, only the prototype flew. Its later history is uncertain. CYNK reports it as destroyed in the invasion, but other sources suggest it survived the war, though without flying again. They claim that after the German invasion of Poland in the first unsuccessful air raid on a base in Puck on September 1, 1939, all Polish seaplanes, including the undamaged A-2 prototype, were evacuated from Puck to the naval harbor in Hell. It was slightly damaged due to further air raids, then captured by the Germans and taken to Trademont for repairs, and was later seen at other Polish bases. Germany Kriegsmarine captured the only prototype. Polish Navy. Data from JCYNK, 1971 except where noted. General characteristics. Crew, 2. Length, 7.7 m, 25 feet 3 in. Wingspan, 12.6 m, 41 feet 4 in. Height, 3.1 m, 10 feet 2 in. Wing area, 21.5 square meters, 231 square feet. Empty weight, 630 kilograms, 1,389 pounds. Gross weight, 950 kilograms, 2,094 pounds. Power plant, 1 times de Havilland Gypsy Major 4-cylinder, inverted air-cooled inline, 89 to 97 kilowatts, 120 to 130 HP. Propellers, 3-bladed wooden. Performance. Maximum speed, 180 kilometers per hour, 110 miles per hour, 97 knots, at sea level. Other sources give speeds of about 150 kilometers per hour, 93 miles per hour, 81 knots. Cruise speed, 120 kilometers per hour, 75 miles per hour, 65 knots. Stall speed, 80 kilometers per hour, 50 miles per hour, 43 knots, minimum speed. Range, 600 kilometers, 370 miles, 320 nmi. Service ceiling, 3,800 meters, 12,500 feet. Rate of climb, 2.4 m/s, 470 feet per minute.